Hi, Don here. I want to tell you a little bit about today's video. If you stay to the end, you'll see how we handled an anomaly on a practice approach. We were practicing what's called an LPV approach with a 3-degree glide slope. That's a precision approach that's done with GPS. The GPS signal actually gives you lateral guidance and vertical guidance down, just like an instrument landing system approach, otherwise known as an ILS. However, as we're on the approach, we got an alert that the approach was degraded. Now, why is that? Well, in all probability, there was a slight glitch with one of the satellites, and when we're doing an instrument approach using what's called the WASP system, it's continuously monitoring the quality of the satellite signal. It's the first time I've actually ever seen it, and it is not an issue with the plane. And it was just saying to me, hey, you no longer have vertical guidance. But watch how I handled it. It wasn't a big deal. And it's always good to learn to practice these little anomalies that may or may not come up. Also, we've divided this video into 2 parts now. If you stay to the end, we have produced what a lot of people have asked for in the comments. We have produced the pre-flight component, which will show you how we set up the HondaJet, which is, of course, a very sophisticated plane, but also a joy to set up. So watch to the end if you want to see that, and then you can click on the thumbnail for the bonus. Thank you for watching. Let us know what else you'd like to see. We're happy to answer your comments and to try to give everybody what they'd like to see. Thanks a lot.
One, are you fast enough?
Okay. We've already briefed the
Republic Tower 61942, holding short at 32 Alpha 1.
520 Quebec Lima, Republic Tower. 0 Delta Charlie Northeast approved, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 0 Delta Charlie rolling. All right, waiting for full power before brake release, full power. Okay, my right hand stays here until we get to D1, and then it goes over.
Republic Tower 61942, holding short at 32 Alpha 1.
Hold center line a little bit to the left. There's
4 Whiskey Charlie without delay, clear for takeoff, Northeast approved.
2 good engines. Gears coming up.
520 Quebec Lima.
CT, maximum continuous thrust.
69 Lima Charlie turning right down with the 3
down a little bit.
9 Lima Charlie, roger. Extend down when I'll call the base.
Send it down when you call the base. 69 Lima Charlie.
No delay on the roll here, 4 Whiskey Charlie.
Set the altitude.
No delay for start.
Hyper 3 on Romeo, clear touch and go.
Right turn.
On to 0 Delta Charlie, squawk VFR please.
VFR, 0 Delta Charlie.
Cessna 616, traffic's 2 o'clock in a mile northeastbound. I believe it's an RV at 1,000 feet. He's in the airspace without authorization. Additional traffic off your right side.
Someone came into their
eastbound
space
at 900 type of gnome, possibly helicopter.
Somebody flew in their way. Hold on, I gotta slow down a little bit. Pull some power.
61942, holding short at 32 Alpha 1.
61942, tower hold short.
Holding short, 942.
Heading.
Tower 9 Lima Charlie, you're following a Mooney. They're heading to your right on final at 1200.
Hey, a Mooney is ahead of us to our right. It's 1200. We're looking.
Sir, beam your right wing now.
The sun's in my eyes. Can't see it that well.
Cessna 942, line up and wait. Traffic
So I want to get around that airspace.
942, lining up and wait. Student pilot doing a solo.
And Tower 69 Lima Charlie cannot see that aircraft. Oh, yeah, there he is. Got him.
All right, 9 Lima Charlie, you can start a square and slow base turn, please.
Square and slow base turn.
Lean the gears up.
Cessna 942, left traffic, follow up on Piper, clear for takeoff.
Slowing it down.
Clear for
We have a
takeoff,
speed limit.
left traffic, follow you up on Piper, 942.
So, flaps, going to my checklist. We're almost out of their airspace.
Kronos 95, line up and wait, traffic 2 mile funnel.
And
Line up and wait,
some
Kronos
guy
95.
over there on the left.
522, traffic's a beam your left wing and a right base, the Baron.
We're out of their airspace now.
522, follow the Baron.
A lot of planes here. Okay.
0 Delta, traffic's 1 o'clock, mile and a half, you're overtaking a Cessna 1900 feet.
0 Delta Charlie, CMTCast climbing now. Thank you.
0 Delta Charlie, frequency change approval, see you later.
See you later.
Cessna 85, I'm sorry,
I want to outclimb that traffic.
Traffic, 1 o'clock, low, less than 1 mile.
To left, 942.
Kronos 95, you are cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff. Kronos 95.
Mooney 10 Victor, clear to land.
Clear to land, 10 Victor.
Baron 9 Lima Charlie, clear touch and go, make left traffic.
Hey, 69 Lima Charlie, clear touch and go, left traffic. Thank you.
(302) Alpha Victor, ready for takeoff.
302 Alpha Victor, Republic Tower, hold short.
Hold short, 12 Victor. Tower Sierra 34 Alpha Sierra, just make sure you got us 32 Delta ready to go.
I got you. Hold short for Alpha Sierra.
Hold short.
942, follow the Cessna off your left side. I'm sorry, the Piper off your left
Now,
side.
I'll follow
I just had to get past that traffic.
4 Whiskey Charlie, resume on navigation.
We're going to climb through that hole.
Resume on navigation, frequency change approved, 4 Charlie.
Chronos 95, contact
Yeah,
departure, have a
baby.
safe flight.
To departure, good day, Chronos 95.
Climb at 6,000 feet a minute.
Eagle 98437, just east of Northport Stacks, 2000 Foxtrot.
So I'm looking for
Golden Eagle 98437,
visually and on my TCAS for traffic. Found a nice hole.
132, Golden Eagle 437. 10 Victor, where do you park?
Push my nose down.
10 Victor, Alpha 4, ground
And we're on
point
top.
Alpha 4, ground point 6.
Cessna 522, the
Switch freaks.
95 near departure, radar contact.
New York, Denver 5090, flight level 190, slowing to 250.
Still
New York
flying,
approach,
having fun.
fly heading 130, Vector, ILS 4, right approach.
I got someone 1,500
Heading
feet below.
130 for runway 4 right, we have Juliet, 5090.
Victor, 4440,
Still climbing
maintain
4,000 feet a minute. And she's like,
Victor, 4440.
good girl, like a scalded cat. So what I was paying attention to is the traffic around me. As you can see, there was a lot of students in the area. So I had to slow it up and I had to stay under a certain altitude shelf.
240, descend and maintain
And just as
3000.
I was about to climb the small traffic, I was past that shelf.
Delta 183, heavy contact,
And then I can climb
New
up.
approach 128.12.
Because I live right here.
2812, Delta
Oh, sure.
183, good day.
Not a 183, I'm just stay with me for now.
Yeah, we don't live that far from
Stay with me.
Alright, staying with you, Delta 183.
And there 59, descend and maintain 16,000. Can you altimeter 2997?
907, descend maintain
All right,
16,000.
going through the rest of my checklist. So I have landing gear is up, your dampener is now on. I shut off the autopilot, not the
Number 9
autopilot.
Mike Echo contact, New approach 120.05.
We're listening in New York. I'm not talking to him. I will eventually.
120.05, 9 Mike Echo.
See anybody around me. So for 12 miles, there's no one within 2,600 feet of us. MCT on the thrust levers. And I'm going to go ahead and engage the
Victor 4440,
autopilot
descend
now.
maintain 4,000.
4,000, now, Victor 4440.
Belch that. Nav and autopilot. Okay. All right, I told the autopilot to go ahead and continue the climb up to 17,500 in nav mode, which is the GPS, this magenta line.
New York Jet 554, which level, flight level 19026 now.
We're going to monitor that, so the computer's actually flying the
Victor ILS 4, right approach,
autopilot,
when you have
and
8
then I'm going to finish my checklist.
Okay, 130 heading,
Like guys, it's good. Transportation not required.
we'll pick
Cabin
up Juliet,
sounds
Jet 554.
good. Pressurization, we're going to check. Yes, we're pressurizing nicely. Physiologically, you only feel you're at 2,100 feet.
240, Victor 4440.
Make sure the autopilot stops at 17.5 as it should. It's going to come up to that. That beep was the 1,000 foot warning to that. And then, believe it or not, I'm going to get ready for the descent. It's going to be that fast. Yeah.
5090, descend maintain 13,000.
Okay, it's leveling off.
Descend maintain 13,000 and over 5090.
Okay, that's what I want to see.
The closest plane you have is 12 miles away.
Yep. So he's 300 feet above, and he's descending. You won't be able to see him 12 miles away, physically see him. All right, now, believe it or not, I'll go through my setup for landing.
There's 93, Mike. Proceed direct, Houston.
So
Direct Houston,
we're going to check the weather. Wind is light. Visibility is 10 miles. It's clear. It's a beautiful day. Okay, wind is light at 300 knots. I mean, 300 knots. That would not be a lot.
5090,
300
right
degrees, 5
180,
knots.
descend maintain 8,000.
Altimeter
right 180 and 8,000 and over 5090.
Okay. You can go ahead and write that down, and then we'll listen to it.
Victor 4440, contact New York approach 128.12.
2812, Victor 4440.
Number 5090, contact New York approach 132, or contact 128.12.
128.12 and over 5090, good day.
Okay. So I have that preliminarily. Now, I'm going to put that in the radio stack.
61 heavy New York approach, expect ILS 4 right approach,
Destination.
to maintain 9,000.
First, we're going to listen to what's called the ATIS.
2.4, altimeter is 299 or 4. Runway 32 is active. Arrivals expect an RNAV or a visual approach. Use caution for bird activity in the area.
Destination.
As this weather information for the area is available with flight service.
So,
advise on
this
initial
frequency,
contact that you have ATIS information.
Multiple people
Echo.
using it, so that's why you hear like someone far away is.
New Bedford Tower, ATIS information.
This is
Echo
ATIS.
18530 of them. Wind 3004, visibility 10, sky clear. Temperature 18, 2.4, there's
500 feet
294.
below.
Runway 32 is active, arrivals expect an RNAV or a visual approach. Use caution for bird activity in the area. Hazardous weather information for the area is available at flight service. Advise on initial contact that you have this information. Echo.
Echo. All right, so we have that. Seatbelts, obviously. Okay, so good.
November 522, Bravo November, hold short of Delta, filling line. 38987, you're turning inside Bonanza traffic on a 6-mile final.
Next thing is flaps.
Hey, clear land 32, 987.
So, it's going to be a quick flight. Well, so we're at 17,500. We are doing a ground speed of 394 knots to airspeed of 347. And keep in mind, jets are not that efficient at this altitude.
Vertical track.
So that's something I got to get ready to descend. The higher we go, the faster we go to a certain point. The fastest altitude for this plane is 32,000 feet. But on such a short flight, it doesn't make sense to go up to 32,000 feet. We're already going to be descending here. So this vertical track, it gave me a warning that we're going to be descending soon because I'd set that up. And I'm, even though it's a short flight, I've already gotten ahead. I've done everything. No, I still have to do this. So we're landing runway 32. Pull the weather. Pretty much down the runway. Runway's 5,000 feet. Landing configuration, negative ice. Set this to this. I know, it's such a short flight, it's hard to even explain everything to you, but VREF is the speed I want to be at. Pull some power and start our descent. Send us down initially to like, 2,500. Okay.
Which for one engine?
Both engines.
But that's one and that's the other ones.
Right. So yeah, left and right. All right, so I'm starting our descent, and I'm going to set a descent speed, let's say 255 knots. Once we're under 10,000, I can go to only 250 knots. So now I was explaining about the speed brake, right? I'm going to let you go ahead and deploy that. Go ahead and just flick that switch. You don't even hear it, but that's going to increase our rate of descent.
That's the one you were talking about in the
back. The clamshell opens up. So you see our rate of descent is increasing, but I'm not increasing my airspeed. I'm going to bring it back in now. This shows you the predicted, I want to line up with that magenta line. So it takes a little finesse with the power and everything. I got airspace over here I want to avoid, or I could go through it if I talk to them. And, all right, so VREF is the speed I'm going to deal with the numbers at. That's our reference speed, very important for jets. So I'm going to be at that speed to his max, 5 knots above it, but really as close as possible to that. 5,000 foot runway, I need 3,300 feet. That's pretty much it. I'm going to accept that, and that actually posts here. And bring up my checklist, and I'm through all that. So landing data confirmed, gas message is negative, approach briefing. We're landing runway 32. I'm going to actually bring up an approach plate. We'll actually do that. And we're going to go ahead and look at that in a second here. Preview that plate, show chart. Bring this on one moving map. I'll make sure because I'm visual flight rules, I have to, it's my responsibility not to enter that airspace without permission. Okay, now I'm going to brief the approach plate. So every airport, well, almost every airport has approaches, and some have a lot of approaches. And these are, once you get close to the airport and you're going, you can use this to land when you can't really see the airport, right? It's instrument approach. So even though it's visual, we'll go ahead and load that approach plate. So these are some scattered clouds. We'll find a hole. So if I was on an IFR flight plane, I wouldn't have to worry about finding a hole because they're watching me, they're watching everybody, and it's see and avoid visual instrument. It's not see and avoid. They're controlling everybody. So what I'll do is I'll slow up this descent, and I see a nice hole over there. So I'll change my rate of descent. A little bit of power. And I got to bring back the speed under 10,000 feet. I have to be under 250 knots or less. I'll probably take off the autopilot and let's see, now I'm gonna pull some power. Looking here at TCAS, no one's around us. All right, so we'll go through this nice hole. Very quiet, right?
What is this?
I don't know, I'll have to look at that in a minute. Just want to get through this hole nicely. Off to my left is Quonset. It's Navy base. It's PVD. A little hazy. I'll slow up my speed too. Go to 220. So I'm actually at idle because I want to slow up the speed. We're almost there. Let me finish this brief. So we're landing runway 32. That will be over here. Sure, I got the right chart. All right, put some power back in. We're going to probably pick it up here or over here. So I'm going to say, we'll go for this waypoint. Got traffic here I got to watch out for. Keep an eye on him. Minimums 720.
Nick, you up on here?
Put tower back in. Finish briefing this approach. So we're going to intercept it here, 1,900 feet. Dial my altitude down to 1,900 feet. Oh, well, over here. Do this. Head right to the airport. I don't want to quite do that now. Heading bug. Right turn.
Why not?
Because it would fly us right over the airport, and what I want to do is intercept it over here.
Oh.
So I'm going to come in around here. Yeah. So I'm going to bring us around over here. I'll do that in a second. I just want to finish looking at this. So 720 feet is the minimum. Going to 1,900 feet on the altitude and let the autopilot help me with that. I know it's a lot, right?
Yes. Yes, it's very complex.
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, what we can do is, the airport's over here to the left, right? I'm going to bring us around. I'm going to talk to them. Tell them I got information, echo, and go ahead and activate this approach. Load. And I'm going to tell the autopilot to go direct there. I'll go back to nav. But what we can do, if you want, I could kick off the autopilot. We can fly around a little.
As you wish.
Yeah.
You're the pilot.
But it depends how hungry you are. You want to eat first?
No, it's okay.
All right, so we're at 1,900 feet. I'll slow it down a little bit. Once we come into the terminal area, we have to be 200 knots or less. It's so quiet. I just want to verify that is tower. I believe it is tower. Hold on. Destination. Just quiet today. Okay, we're listening on tower. We haven't spoken to him yet.
Potential aircraft deployed for tower, this Foxtrot is current altimeter 2994.
2994, so I got to get Foxtrot now. And there's someone here. Let me climb. Take off the autopilot. Autopilot's up. I got traffic over there, so I'm going to go ahead and climb. Take it up to 3,000 feet. Okay, and flying at 3,000 feet. All right, so we can actually land now. I could call them. I just have to get Foxtrot. The information, they go through A through Z. So every time they change information,
Vertical track.
they give it a new letter. I'm gonna pull some power here. Let's go watch the other planes.
Let's go to Bedford again.
Oh, there's a guy over there. Now let me get Foxtrot and we'll come in.
349, runway 32, taxi Bravo.
Beautiful views.
And Martha's Vineyard is right over there. All right, let me get information, Foxtrot. Destination.
Visibility 10. Few clouds 7,500. Temperature 17, 2.4. Altimeter's 294. Runway 32 is active. Arrivals expect an RNAV or a visual approach. Use caution for bird activity in the area.
So runway
Hazardous
32.
weather information for the area is available with flight service. Advise on initial contact that you have ATIS information. Foxtrot.
Spin us around here. All right, we have Foxtrot. New Bedford Tower, HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie. About 2 miles south of, if I can pronounce that, was it Yumsey, the waypoint on the RNAV 32 approach. Want to do the 32 approach, landing full stop with Echo.
And what's the call sign again?
It is a HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, and we're at 1,900 feet.
OptJet 430, correction, HondaJet. Sorry, HondaJet 430, Juliet Charlie, continue.
HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie. We will continue, and we'll pick up the approach if that's okay with you. At was it I can't pronounce it. YUWFY.
Yeah, I just worry about the next fix that are here. From 430 Delta Charlie, I understand you want to fly the approach on your own?
Yeah, I can fly it on my own. That would be fun.
430 Delta Charlie, continue inbound for runway 32. If you'd like, we can have Providence approach give you vectors, but whatever's easiest for you.
No, I'll just do it on my own. Do appreciate it. All right, we'll go ahead and intercept that approach. Now I'm going to say what's called vectors to final. .180 knots, looking good. 1,900 feet. So we're going to the east, and then we're going to come back around to direction 320. So that's to the northwest. Normally, I would be speaking to approach us as asking me if I want to do that, and he would be giving me these vectors I'm simulating. He'd be telling me, go to like 060 to intercept.
The intercept, that means on the route towards that.
We're going to be making a left turn.
So you're going to go in and then this way.
I'll even tell the autopilot now. Autopilot will capture that. So I hit this approach mode, so we're in heading, and now it says FMSA. FMS is the GPS, it stands for Flight Management System. Everything in flying is an acronym. So it will turn left. I'll bring up my checklist here on my left side. As soon as we start the turn, I'm gonna do flaps. And at this point, I'm monitoring, I'm watching. I can handle.
Yeah, but beautiful views regardless.
I see the autopilot's already starting our turn. Good. Turn the heading mode to agree with that. Okay, and I'll go 1 notch at flaps, then speed. Get that off my checklist. Flaps are coming down. Next thing will be landing gear. And you see how the needles, this is coming back in, and we're coming over the magenta line?
Yep.
Okay. And if you look ahead, you can actually see the runway.
The red lights there.
Yeah. Let's run autopilot. Good picture of us. Look this way. Okay. All right.
caution is in reference to the approach, or?
I don't know why. Let's figure this out. Have.
Updating software, please turn it on and off.
Approach down, downgraded. Arrow set. Handfly. Approach downgraded. Approach type has been downgraded. Barrow, VNAV, use L. Okay, fine. Now, if I wanted to, we could hold and I can figure that out, or I could just fly the plane myself.
Have a good night.
With the yaw dampener
Colonial
back
fuel,
on.
proceed, Bravo Alpha, cross 5.
Flight mode change, fine.
What was the reference ring?
It didn't like something on the approach. All right, so go gear down. Said downgraded. I don't know. Hate to say I've never seen that before. Never seen it before. But that's why we have to be pilots too. Okay, last notch of flaps. Now you see the runway right ahead of us?
Yes.
Okay. And you see those 2 red lights and 2 white lights?
Yes.
Okay. So pretty much I want to keep 2 red, 2 white coming on the glide slope. I'm going to be slowing it down to the VREF airspeed. Your dampener is off. Getting
Minimums,
right on the glide
minimums.
slope. So minimums would be the power to hold. So if we were in the, let's say in the fog, we'd have to see the runway by now. You can get this close. Okay?
And those lights, they change based on your position.
500.
So
They
depending on the angle, you see a different color.
correct. Right, we're on a 3-degree glide slope. Okay, gears down, full flaps. And I'll tell you more when we get on the ground. Okay? Coming into VREF, my speed. Right on it. Lined up nice. So I'm just adjusting the power. A little bit high. Just a tad. Right. 110. Come down a little bit. Power's coming out now.
Wind 2903.
Thank you. Curves down. Nice. Very nice.
All right.
So
3,000.
I'm moderate on the brakes. We got 5,000-foot runway. You can see I have plenty of room to stop because I did everything right back there.
Jet 0 Delta Charlie, you can turn left on 23 at destination.
Restaurant left here on 230 Delta Charlie.
0 Delta Charlie, I hope you're not here for lunch because the restaurant closed a few months back.
Oh, no.
Oh, go somewhere else, right?
All right, we'll just taxi into the FBO then, and then I'll figure it out from there. Maybe we'll get a crew car.
You can Uber.
Where are you
somewhere.
based out of?
Long Island.
What airport?
Republic.
I had a house down in Amityville until my late wife passed, and I gave it to her daughter.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry to hear your wife passed. And I assume I can taxi with you?
0 Delta Charlie, we got 3 FBOs on the field. Colonial's off your right, Sandpiper and Nor'easter ahead of you.
Colonial's where I usually go.
0 Delta Charlie, turn right on Alpha, taxi to Colonial.
Right on Alpha, taxi to Colonial. Yeah, I heard you talking to the other guy. You were also at Islip, right?
From 92 till 2014.
Oh, okay.
In fact, I trained the fellow who I believe is still the current supervisor at Farmingdale, Andrew.
Oh, okay. There you go.
For what it's worth, when it comes to airport restaurants, since you have a jet, it wouldn't be such a big strain for you. Hagerstown Airport has got a fantastic restaurant.
Yeah, I haven't been there in a dog's age. For right now, for today, I think I'll just get a crew car. And I know you have a great place in town here, too. I can't remember the name of it.
There's a bunch of good places. Black Whale's a popular one.
All right, we'll look for that. Do appreciate the tip.
Not a problem. And if you want to go down to Hagerstown sometime, Nick's Diner Though don't be fooled, it is not like a Long Island diner.
Okay, doke. Well, Long Island Diner is actually pretty good, but okay, Nick's Diner in Hagerstown.
Yeah, I agree. I like a lot of Long Island diners. I like South Bay Diner on Sunrise Highway, not too far from the airport there. But Nick's Diner is a place you could go to in a text and not be out of place.
Excellent. Wow, that's something else.